Here, I want to be crowding that space as tight as I possibly can, right? That puts me to the outside. It's going to open me up for strikes. Maybe I can get the outside angle however I want there. But again, we're not boxing. I'm not going like, oh, here comes the slip. I'm going to bounce out and start throwing my punches from there. I'm either out or I'm in. So I notice that big punch coming. I get to the outside of it. I crowd that space as soon as possible. And then I open myself up to start to hit there. Same exact mechanics and idea if he throws that hook. I'm coming to the outside, but as I go, I'm rolling, woof, and I'm gonna glue myself into him. Hey everybody, Aaron Jannetti here with Endeavor Defense and Fitness, and today we are gonna talk about head movement in the streets, right? So there's a lot of different ways to look at head movement. We're gonna look at some of the baseline. Let's break down just the mechanics of doing a slip and then rolling punches, bob and weave, whatever background you came from there. So if he throws his right cross here, I'm gonna turn my shoulder over. What I'm trying to do is economy of motion, right? If he goes and throws this punch, theoretically speaking, he should be aiming towards my head. So the concept and the idea is I only need to move as far as that fist doesn't make direct contact with my head, right? So I don't need, when he throws that cross, to go like this to get outside of his punch, right? Which shifts me off balance, takes me out of the fight. So I want to be as close as I possibly can without getting hit. Generally speaking, I can accomplish that by taking my weight over the outside foot and turning the shoulder to go to roll. Now, I'm putting my hands down so you can kind of see the mechanics here, but theoretically, you should still be thinking about keeping your hands up, right? So again, he throws that cross, I'm throwing and shifting my weight just to the outside here. Now, we're chasing outside angles in this case as much as possible from a self-defense perspective. You can make arguments on slipping inside or outside all you want, but theoretically, if he were to throw a jab, I would go the opposite direction, right? So coming to the outside. So those are the mechanics of our slip. Well, if he throws the hook, obviously me rolling out this direction doesn't help me in this case. So theoretically, as that comes in, I now want to start to drop my weight. I'm on the inside leg here, and then I want to come out again on the outside angle as much as possible, right? So I'm essentially creating like a U with my head. Theoretically, if I look at it, if this is how I slip, rotation of my shoulders and movement here, all I'm doing is adding a level change to that slipping motion and rotation of the shoulders. So we go to our cross, I'm slipping, shoulder turns. We go a hook or a big ugly haymaker, I'm going underneath that. Again, economy of motion, if he throws that, I don't need to go way down here and come back up. In fact, I keep this lovely little spike on top of my head so that as I'm going underneath, I should be able to feel his arm grazing up over top, right, in theory. So that's the baseline mechanics. We have our slip, head's getting to the outside, I'm taking the outside angle, and then we have our roll, I'm bringing myself underneath that arm to go in. Now, a couple of other things that are gonna help, because again, I'm not boxing. I'm not waiting around out here just looking for punches and movement and staying out at my mid-range. Self-defense, we want to end things as fast as possible. So the next piece of the puzzle is I don't necessarily want to look, if he throws that cross again, just to kind of step to the outside and set myself up maybe for some strikes. I want to start closing space. So as he goes and makes that, I'm not only going to roll to the outside, but I want to start closing that space off. I want to start leaning myself in. And if possible, if I get behind the elbow, I want to stay behind the elbow. So by the time he figures out that he's way out of position here, I want to be crowding that space as tight as I possibly can, right? That puts me to the outside. It's going to open me up for strikes. Maybe I can get the outside angle however I want there. But again, we're not boxing. I'm not going like, oh, here comes the slip. I'm going to bounce out and start throwing my punches from there. I'm either out or I'm in. So I notice that big punch coming. I get to the outside of it. I crowd that space as soon as possible. And then I open myself up to start to hit there. Same exact mechanics and idea if he throws that hook. I'm coming to the outside, but as I go, I'm rolling, woof, and I'm gonna glue myself into him. That can set up your double legs, it can set up your body locks, whatever your background is effectively and aggressively, that's gonna be super helpful for you. So once again, if he throws that right straight, I'm rolling to the outside, I'm covering that space as soon as possible. If he throws that right hook, same exact idea, I'm thinking about getting in, right? Getting myself to a good, solid position to close that off. Last piece of the puzzle, last little trick with this, I like to think that anytime I'm moving my head, if I'm moving my head to the outside, I'm technically throwing my right shoulder forward anyway. So while I'm going, I might as well learn to stick punches or stick some kind of a strike with the rotation, the generation of force in my movements. So as an example, if he throws that cross, bang, I throw a cross. I'm a short little midget, so I'm probably not going to get him up into the face here, but I can take those ribs, right, as I go to worm myself out to the outside. When we throw that hook, same idea. As I'm coming back across the body, bang, I can come up with a big strike right into here. I can even, as I start to tilt away, boom, 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 fill space. So, fundamental mechanics of a slip. Comes in, shoulders are rolling to the outside. Again, economy of motion. Shoulder mechanics of me rolling, I'm level changing while I'm rotating those shoulders. Basic concept, I'd like to take away space. He throws the cross. As I'm slipping, I'm moving in to take space away so that it's not a boxing bout. If he throws a big haymaker, same idea. I'm closing space, getting myself in to take that option away. And then I can also mix in my strikes. He throws that straight, bang, as I start to move my way in. He throws that hook, bang, as I start to move my way in. So a couple of baseline ways to look at head movement for self-defense. I'm not staying out here. I'm not Mayweather. You certainly are not Mayweather, right? So I've got to start to cut this fight down as soon as possible. So get in, close space, learn how to hit, learn some baseline movement out of your head position. We'll see you guys next time.